Hi everyone, Pete here. Thanks for watching Yahweh's Messenger. This episode we'll be looking into growing into spiritual maturity through obedience to Yahweh. In our daily lives, we know that good practice leads to improvement. Whether we're working, learning a skill, or keeping order in our homes, consistency brings growth, discipline, and strength. Our spiritual life works the same way. When we practice righteousness, obedience, and love for Yahweh every day, we move closer towards spiritual perfection, not being flawless in the flesh, but being complete and mature in His Spirit. Let's open in prayer. Thank you, Yahweh, for another lesson in your name. May you be glorified throughout all my ministry. I pray that this teaching could reach that person out there that needs to hear this. May it be of you and not of myself. All the honor goes to you, Yahweh. I ask all these things in your Son Yeshua's name. Hallelujah. Section 1. Spiritual practice builds perfection. Just as muscles grow stronger through consistent exercise, our spirit grows stronger through continual obedience. In Hebrews 5:14, it says, "But solid food belongs to those who are mature, that is, those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil." 1 Timothy 4:7-8 says to exercise yourself rather unto righteousness. For bodily exercise profits little, but righteousness is profitable for all things, having promise of the life that now is, and of that which is to come. The more we practice righteousness, the more we train our hearts to discern what pleases Yahweh. Through repeated obedience, we grow spiritually mature, walking closer to perfection in His ways. Section 2. Yeshua as the example of perfect practice. Yeshua's life was built upon daily practice, prayer, compassion, humility, and unwavering obedience to Yahweh. His example shows that perfection is reached through continual faithfulness. Luke 5:16 says, "But Yeshua often withdrew to lonely places and prayed." Now let's go over to John 8:29. It says, "He who sent me is with me. The Father has not left me alone, for I always do those things that please Him." Hebrews 5:8-9 says, "Though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered. And being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation to all them that obey him." Yeshua's perfection came through obedience and endurance. He showed that good practice, living by Yahweh's will every day, leads to perfection, both in spirit and purpose. Section 3. Perfection through obedience. Yahweh's word teaches that perfection is not instant. It's developed through walking in His commandments, refining our hearts, and renewing our minds daily. In Deuteronomy 18:13, it says, "You shall be perfect with Yahweh your Elohim." Matthew 5:48, "Be therefore perfect, even as your Father who is in heaven is perfect." And in James 1:4, it says, "But let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing." Perfection is Yahweh's goal for His children. It's not human flawlessness, but spiritual maturity, being whole, steadfast, and complete in our obedience. Section 4. Daily practice in action. Perfection begins with consistent spiritual habits, prayer, study, kindness, forgiveness, and obedience to Yahweh's commands. When we fall, we rise again, learning and growing stronger each time. Psalm 119 verses 1-2 says, "Blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of Yahweh. Blessed are they that keep His testimonies, and that seek Him with the whole heart." James 1:22 says, "But be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves." And in Proverbs 4:18 it says, "But the path of the just is as the shining light that shines more and more unto the perfect day." Each act of obedience strengthens our spirit. Each prayer draws us closer to Yahweh. Each moment of discipline polishes our faith, until the light of perfection shines more brightly in us. Section 5. Practicing in respect to Yahweh. When we walk in obedience, we do it not to please men or appear righteous before others, but in honor of Yahweh alone. Our good practice is a personal offering to Him. Colossians 3:23-24 says, "And whatever you do, do it heartily, as to Yahweh, and not unto men, knowing that from Yahweh you shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for you serve the Master, Messiah." True perfection is rooted in sincerity. When we practice righteousness with a humble and devoted heart, Yahweh shapes us into the image of His Son, Yeshua. Good practice leads to perfection. Just as daily discipline makes our lives stronger and smoother, spiritual discipline, living by Yahweh's word, perfects our walk with Him. When we make obedience a habit, Yahweh's Spirit works through us, shaping our hearts, refining our minds, and preparing us for His kingdom. Philippians chapter 1 verse 6 says, "Being confident of this very thing, that He who has begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Yeshua the Messiah." May Yahweh continue to guide us as we practice righteousness, grow in obedience, and walk towards spiritual perfection through Yeshua the Messiah. Let's close in prayer. Thank you, Yahweh, for helping us understand a little bit more in your truth. Thank you for guiding and depicting our path through your Son, Yeshua Messiah. I pray all of these things in His name. Hallelujah. I pray that you can get a blessing out of this message. Yahweh bless you all. Shalom.